See,
That's important.
which makes us more smarter. That's right.
We'll go to consent agenda. One motion approves all consent items. Item 1, receive monthly payments report. 2, receive monthly building permit report. 3, approve meeting minutes from the common council meeting held on February 24th, 2025. And number 4, receive monthly ambulance report. Any questions on the consent, or I'll take a motion? Motion by Schulte, seconded by Hyde. Anything further? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. How you doing, Mike?
I'm well. I cannot see anybody, however.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, Mike, we're having issues with the Zoom connecting to the video. So
Okay,
that's why you
that's
can't
fine.
see us.
I just wanted to let you know.
It sounds like you're way in the back room. That's all right. Just follow right along. I appreciate you coming on. All right, we'll go to general business. Item 1 is approved deny amendment to employee handbook, removing distinction between general and police employees. Max.
All right, I'm gonna handle 1 and 2 just for explanation purposes, and then you guys can take action on them separately. Both of these are related to the police department. The first one is related to personal days. So previously, the police department employees had different rules in terms of personal days than the city employees. Now they have the same. So we just clean that up in the employee handbook. And then the second issue is relating to normal hours of work. The police department now has 12-hour shifts, and our employee handbook only handled an 8-hour normal work week. So we basically amended the employee handbook to allow for the department heads and me to adjust individual employees' normal work weeks. So those are just 2, I guess, clerical issues that we're proposing to amend to the employee handbook.
Anything you'd like to add? Bill from the committee?
We didn't go over either one of those at personnel committee.
Okay.
I was kind of curious about.
Yeah, those ones I didn't bring up in personnel committee because I thought they were issues that didn't really require much discussion. The next issue is I guess, more detailed issue, which I've brought up in personnel.
Any questions?
Police employee refers to non-union officer.
Union and non-union, unless the collective bargaining agreement says otherwise.
Questions? Comments?
Perhaps a comment. Has to we have been adjusting hours, the public works department, especially when we're building roads. So this will, in essence, give Steve a better position.
Comments? Questions? Concerns?
Will we deal with these individually?
What's that?
Will we deal with these two individually?
Yes.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Individually.
As far as the vote goes, yeah.
I guess, I would just like to have seen us go to personnel since we only meet maybe once a year. And we just, but with that being said, I would be number 1. Having employee handbook with all the distinction of which one is.
Motion by Peterson,
Second that.
seconded by Kaney. Anything further? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then number 2, approve and deny amendment to employee handbook, giving department heads and the city administrator authority to amend normal work hours for employees. Motion by Knudsen, seconded by Schulte. Anything further? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Recommendations from boards, committees, and commissions. We have 1 item. It's from personnel. Approve and deny amendment to employee handbook, increasing annual sick leave payout from 50% of up to 50 hours of accumulated sick leave to 50% of up to 96 hours of accumulated sick leave. Thanks.
Yeah, so this was brought to me by, chief regarding sick pay or sick paid payout. So the city pays out sick leave over a certain amount of sick leave after they've received it. So if you get 900 hours of sick leave, previously you could get paid out up to 50% of 50 hours each year to be paid out. However, employees could earn up to 96 hours a year. So in essence, if you're over that, it's actually if you're at 1,040 hours and you were gaining 96 hours, you would actually forfeit 46 hours and you'd only get paid half of that 50 hours. So the suggestion was to incentivize employees to not abuse their sick leave. If people are up at that threshold, that they'd be able to be paid out for accumulated 50% of the 96 hours instead of 50 hours. We worked this out with what we paid out in the last few years, and the increase would cost the city roughly $17,000 or $18,000 a year based on the previous amounts that we paid out. However, it does then still incentivize people to not abuse their sick leave and not forfeit any sick leave that they are accumulating. This did go to personnel and they recommended it for approval.
Anything to add, Phil?
Max, what was the breakdown of PD versus city hall staff? Was it like 70%?
Yeah, the overwhelming majority of the accumulated sick leave payout is PD staff. And we figured with this process, it's basically a lot of the times it's avoiding people end up getting overtime. So in the end, it kind of evens out anyways. But it is a good benefit to the PD staff primarily.
Yeah, I was just gonna add that when Chief brought that up, that's a big difference between, you guys calling sick, you have to fill that position. If Steve's guys or Matt's guys calling sick, you're just gonna kind of run with it and go on. But when the PD does that, that's a staffing issue. We thought this was a great change, but then involved and with that, I didn't want to do it.
Motion by Peterson. Seconded by Moon. Anything further? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. City administrator reports.
Sure. So there's a couple of construction road projects that are gonna be coming up. One is outside of the city, but it is south on 23. You guys know they did that bridge down, kind of between Spring Green and I guess just north of Plain last year. This year, they're planning on working basically from that area all the way up to K. So there will be some road closures this summer that will go down to one lane, just for people that travel in and out of the city that way. They will be doing the handicap access sidewalks again this year on the south side of Main Street. I did notice that there's some paint out there today, and they're likely going to be starting that. I talked to Steve at the end of March. Hopefully they'll go faster than last year. Just a word out to the public. The Land's End building has a lot of personal property in terms of office equipment and office chairs. And eventually, if people have any ideas of organizations that may want those, please contact me at the city and we may be able to help. Other than that, that's nothing else we need.
Very good. Thank you very much. Commission, committee, board and staff reports. Let's see, historic preservation.
Just some continued conversation about the Mackey Heat Memorial landmarks stuff.
Very good. Airport commission,
Airport did not meet.
personnel committee,
We covered, and then
plan commission, we meet tomorrow. Library board,
Library board will meet Thursday.
perfect. All right. right, Office of the Mayor, only want to touch on for, the horseshoe here. April 1st is coming up, fast and heavy will be reorganizing here, in the middle of April here. So I want to make sure that, if you could start thinking about committees that you want to be on. It has been a long time since with new members coming on, since we really kind of toss everything up and start over. Obviously, if there's committees that you're on that, you want to stay on, I have no problem with that. But, if you want to do some switching around, I've talked to a few of you already that are, looking to do some moving around. I'm going to work with Max to make sure it all coincides together, and, I'm going to work with the, citizen members as well to make sure that we're aligned and everything is. We have actually quite a few, people sign up for the last couple of weeks to be citizen participants, so that's a good sign. But yeah, just kind of put your thinking caps on. We'll put a formal email out here probably next week.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. Been a long time since we've kind of jostled things up, and there's nothing wrong with that. Get exposure to different community that you've never been on before. Other than that, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. So we'll go around the horseshoe. Jake Coomer, anything on your mind? Dave Knutson,
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Bill Peterson,
Other night, thanks.
Missy Friends,
Thank you.
Adam Caney.
Nothing tonight.
Anything else pop your head, Max?
Nothing for me.
Jake from City Hall.
Nothing tonight.
Mike Gargano from Southwest America.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Jason Schulte.
Safe with little kids running around.
They are definitely out, which is awesome to see. Sunny High. Dave Moon.
Nothing tonight, Ron.
Perfect. All right, we will go to closed session. Approve or deny amendment to development agreement with State Theaters LLC for section 19.85 sub 1 sub E of the Wisconsin statutes. The common council will consider entering closed session for the purpose of deliberating and negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. I'll take a motion to go to closed session. Motion to move. Motion by Schulte, seconded by Hyde. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll take a minute. Thanks, everybody. Take a motion of what's.
To approve the developer agreement amendment to the developer agreement.
Motion by Schulte,
Second.
seconded by Caney. Anything further? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn. She's waiting.
So moved.
Motion by Missy. Mike Gargano, you want to second that?
I'll second that, sure.
Perfect. Seconded by Gargano. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I didn't think so. Motion carries.